Yes.
Where should the pitcher see when they're throwing to second?
Great question. Where should catchers aim when they're throwing to second? Kind of a 5 minutes. Got it. Yep. Kind of a tool that I did. All right. I envisioned an imaginary hole right above the pitcher's mound. Okay. I envisioned that there was a loop, a circle, and if you think about it, it was easier mentally for me, all right, to sit here and throw through that hoop in front of the mound, you know, that hoop on top of the mound, as compared to trying to hit the corner of that base. I mean, if you look all the way down to second base, wow, that's a long way down there, wind's blowing in, arms a little sore today, I don't know if I can get it there. But honestly, if you think about the mound, that's 60 feet 6 inches. And you put that circle, you know, younger kids, the circle's probably going to be higher, that imaginary circle, but they're coming up and they're trying to throw it straight over the mound through that circle. All right? And for me, it ended up, if I got it through the circle, I didn't even have to worry about it. The guys at second base are catching that ball somewhere in that area. And again, the older they get, the stronger they get, that circle height-wise, you know, will start coming down. Great question though, by the way. Yeah.
How far back should the catcher be so he doesn't get nailed by the bat?
Yes, I'm supposed to point that out. That's probably, yes. Distance from the catcher, all right, get back. You're going to see guys this far back. I mean, honestly, you'll see them, okay? That's too far back. You don't want to be too close either. As a general rule of thumb, a general guideline, if I'm hitting, the catcher should just about be able to touch my elbow with his glove. You guys see that? Get over here. Just so they can see the distance. So I'm comfortable, all right, in a good stance. He should just about be able to touch my back elbow. All right, and if you think about it, what you guys just learned from the hitting station, right? I'm not going back to swing, right? I'm here, I take my stride, my pivot, I'm coming out here. So that bat in reality is not going to come very close at all to hitting him. But it's probably the biggest fear that the catchers have. So if they start out a little bit further back than what probably is normal, that's okay. All right, encourage them and hey, try to get a little closer, try to get a little closer, try to get a little closer. Some of the fields you play on, if I remember right, the holes are kind of like pre-dug. I mean, they fill them in like a sandbox, and the first catch that goes back, they're poof. And that's not bad because in general, most of the catches are going to be in a pretty good spot back there. But yeah, great question by the way. Yes.
Can you talk quick about pop-up and
pop-ups?
What to do with the mask?
All right, real quick. In general, all right, if I hit the ball's spinning this way, okay? What's going to happen is the ball goes up to its apex, and then it comes back down towards you, okay? So what us catchers always have to do, go ahead, Triggy. We're not going to throw it up, but get up. You have to get turned around because the ball's always going to come back towards you, okay? Even if it's over here, if you keep that half moon idea in front of you, the ball always comes back because of the spin. The hardest thing is if, turn around the other way, if he's this way, the ball's coming down at this angle, you always end up short. Okay, does that make sense? And it's like an outfielder running, you know, chasing the ball backwards. Most of the time you miss it because it's going away from you. So, what we do as a catcher, try to get him to come out. Mask, now there's a couple different theories. The hockey mask kind of style that guys are wearing, the bars are closer, you can actually see pretty good. My era of catching, we had the old mask, get them off, throw them away, get it out of there. The thing with getting rid of the mask is make sure you know where the ball is first, okay? You have to know where it is, and then get rid of the mask so that you don't end up tripping on it. Tendency is as soon as it goes up, guys throw the mask off, and if the mask is laying and the ball's coming down there, they're going to fall over, okay? Drills that we do, when we go outside, we haven't, obviously, you know, because of the winter, we haven't been able to go outside yet. We'll start out with pitching machines, throwing balls up. We'll hit fungos, you know, with balls up. The only way to get better at that is practice, 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 and practice. You know, the pop flies. But hit as many as you can and make them run out, turn around, and come in. Again, it's easier to come in on a ball, correct, than it is to go back on a ball. So encourage them to get out in front here and go in and catch that ball. That answer it? Good with the mask and the whole thing? Excellent. Anything else we got? Huh? Minute left?
What was the question about reaching for the, do you have them pulled back?
Yes.
Come to them?
Sure you get back here. Please. Real quick, we'll finish this guideline. What I try to teach is I want about a 45-degree bend in that arm And the reason we do that, that's your shock absorber, okay? If we get this arm straight out, you're very, very rigid, and what that turns into hard hands, okay? So the thing that we try to do, encourage them to have the 45-degree bend, all right? Some tricks that we use, go ahead and grab this string with the other hand. As we're throwing bullpens, all right, and I have a catcher who has a tendency to be too stiff, I'll have him hold on to that string. So right when I get ready to throw the ball, obviously he's not going to catch, you know, the ball hanging on the string, but by pulling on that string, it reminds them to keep that bend in the elbow, all right? Everything should be caught kind of in this area. If we had a garbage can lid, all right, and you put that garbage can in front of us, that's where we want to do most of the catching. You don't want to be doing this, or this, or this, you're going to be real stiff-handed. Obviously, if it's a bad pitch, yeah, you're going to go get it. But what we're talking about, strikes that, you know, balls that are strikes, those should all be kept with roughly 45-degree bend. If they get out there a little bit, it's all right. If they get in a little bit, that's all right. It's kind of a guideline, whatever they feel most comfortable with within that parameter. Anything else before we go? Excellent. Thanks for coming. I think you guys are heading over to infield.